I'm Nikki Druce.
And I'm Cheryl.
And this is Killers, Cults and Queens.
The Spooky Sleepover.
Hello and welcome to Killers, Cults and Queens. It's time for the Spooky Sleepover.
Yes, indeed. It's our weekly chat show where we catch up on this week's antics and discuss our rabbit holes of the week whilst we're preparing for season 5, which is coming in a matter of beep. But it'll be coming before you know it.
But first, how's your week been, Chez? How you doing?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nikki Druce. Happy birthday to you. And many more to come.
Thank you very much. Another year around the sun.
You've been around the sun and I. Happy birthday, my gorgeous diva. Now, at the time of recording, it was Nikki's birthday yesterday, and I'm sure you were going to shower her with love in the comments. But how was the birthday festivities?
Well, I need to start off this week's episode with a public apology, I'm afraid, because last week I gave out some ill-advised medical advice, and this week I'm suffering the consequences because last week I was telling you all about how Rosemary's great and I haven't got a cold and I haven't got the flu and I've been perfectly fine. Well, guess what? No wonder people in medieval times died because that advice was bullshit. So don't take my advice. I did end up with getting the flu and I am slowly recovering, but not entirely out of the woods yet. But yeah, it was not a great birthday. I just spent it sitting on my sofa. I did eat some pizza, so that's not quite so
fabulous.
Bad. And I did watch Ghost Ship, which I haven't watched for years, and it was fantastic. So there you go. It's a very early 2000s film.
On the Ghost Ship, lollipop. No, I'm paraphrasing there. Right. So we've had a Rosemary retraction already in this episode. Okay, well, for those that went to Tesco's and bought a big sprig of rosemary and put it in their H2O, we can only apologise.
I'm sure it probably does help for some things, but no, it did not get rid of my cold. I did get caught in the end.
Hey, look, as long as you're at the tail end of it, then you're on the road to recovery and that's all that matters.
I'm on the road to recovery, but yes, I apologise for sounding slightly nasal and having my sticky shoes this week because, it's all in the back of my nose, I'm afraid. But how about you, my darling? How have you been?
Do you know what? I have been good. I have been a busy, hustling, working diva. I did a filming of a very exciting project that will be coming out later this year that I cannot tell too much about, but I am so excited to get back out on the road in April because me and Kitty are hitting the road with our 2-hour-long cabaret extravaganza across the UK. We're hitting up Cardiff, Exeter, Brighton, London, Chelmsford, my hometown show, Newcastle, Manchester, Leeds, Glasgow, Edinburgh and Grantham. So if you wanted to come see us on the road, you can expect some live vocals, all the Hun songs that you can shake your tail feather to, some comedy roast battles, some absolute shenanigans, and lots of tales as old as time, because I don't think people realise how long me and Kitty have been besties. It's been 10 long years. It's a decade this year. So we're marking the momentous occasion by hitting the road. So if you wanted to come join us, then make sure you check out aegp.uk/Cheryl and Kitty to see what date we're coming to a city near you and come see us because, look, between you and I, podcast divas, Chez is exhausted. Been told off by Nikki Druce, by my family, by my husband for working myself crazy because we all thought I'd finished this tour where I had no Wi-Fi. We were struggling to get this podcast out. And lo and behold, I've managed to work myself even more into the ground the minute I've got home.
It's just the way it tends to go, though, isn't it? It's like as soon as you've got a bit of a break, it's like, oh no, hang on, actually, because I need to prep for all these things that are coming up. Because it's not like you just get on the road and start this tour with Kitty. It takes a lot of prep to get to the place where you can take it out on the road, doesn't it?
I mean, we've been rehearsing, we've been recording all our voiceovers, all our interludes, all our backing vocals, because we don't want any of those naff backing singers on the tracks. We want us. We want to give our own BVs. So, yeah, it's been a lot of prep, but I have been working so hard and I hope you all enjoy the finished results. But roll on May when I have a nap.
It's going to be a lot of hard work, but I think by the time you get there, you'll have really enjoyed it and you can take a bit of a break. But you can't really because we're still recording, we're still in the studio, and season 5's coming out soon.
I know. Me and Nikki were in the studio over the weekend, and let's just say we had such a hilarious record, and it just was so good to be back in the studio, like we touched hands.
Yeah, it was so nice. It's so much easier when you're in a studio to get somebody else's beats and to see your reactions in person. It's so much easier to make an episode. When you're on Zoom and things, you know, I think that we do our best to get by, but there's nothing that beats being in person. And I love being around you. You just make things so easy, and recording the series is so simple.
I'm gonna cry.
And it's just really nice to be in a room telling spooky stories again. It's my favourite thing to do.
And we have been planning lots of Patreon content as well, so just keep your eyes peeled for that. But I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and they were like, are you not sick of drag? And I was like, no, I don't think I could ever be sick of drag. As much as it takes a toll on your skin and your body and everything in between, I just love it. But one thing I have been obsessed with this week, if you ever get the chance, get yourself onto YouTube and watch Drag Idol Newcastle, because every Sunday at the top of the year, they do a 6-week competition that they put on YouTube. And I am obsessed. And quite frankly, some of these new kids on the scene, me talking like I'm like an old age pensioner, these new kids on the scene.
Well, you have been in the game for quite a while now, let's face it.
My official drag anniversary of the first time up in drags will be coming in a couple weeks. So I will be a decade old, Cheryl.
Ah, 10 years old on the drag scene.
And unfortunately causing mischief and mayhem at every gig I go to.
And that is the way that it should be. Chaos all the way. Chaotic Chez.
And unfortunately, this is when I announced that this is my retirement year.
Death drop and out.
Well, divas, you know the drill by now. It's time for our rabbit holes of the week. Now, Nikki, you did traumatize us last week. Are you going to traumatize us this week with any medical paraphernalia or whatever it's called?
No, this week I have very much a treat for you because I'm going to be talking about cake this week.
Well, my tummy is rumbling. Is it Victoria Sponge or is it Red Velvet?
Whatever you choose, it's your special day. Well, not yet, not for a bit.
Get where you're going with this.
So my rabbit hole this week is dedicated to my birthday because this week we're not going down a rabbit hole, we're going down a cake hole.
Floor.
So as I was tucking into my wonderful Lola's cupcake, which my husband bought me for my birthday, not a sponsor, but they should be at this point. I should buy shares in Lola's. I really should at this point because pretty much is the only cake that I eat. But it got me thinking, what's this all about? Why am I eating cake? It's my birthday. The cake's nice and all, but there's got to be a story behind it, isn't there?
Always.
So off I went exploring where birthday cakes come from. So we're heading all the way back to the ancient Greeks, and they decided that you would have a moon-shaped honey cake to honour Artemis. So that's the goddess of the moon. So you would have a nice layery kind of crispy cake, a bit like, I assume, kind of like baklava. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the flaky pastry cake.
Yeah, so I assume it's a bit like that, but it's dedicated to Artemis in the shape of the moon. It's not the moon shaped as the way that we would do it in a crescent moon. It's like just round. So
Okay.
they said moon-shaped. It's like, no, that's just round. That's all it is. It's a round
It's
cake.
just a circle.
Yeah, exactly. So then also the Romans served cakes on birthdays, but they had a particular cake that they served on 50th birthdays because getting to your 50s in the Roman times was like kind of getting to 100, really. You know, it was difficult to get there. And so for that cake, they used flour, nuts, and honey, but they also served them with cheese. Now, I assume this is kind of like not a cheddar or something like that. I'm assuming it's like a ricotta, you know, something Italian.
Not a red Leicester.
No, I don't think so. Just a big slab of gorgonzola on the side.
Cheese, grab it.
Now, are you aware of the northern tradition of serving fruitcake with cheese? Because I wasn't until I started going out with Neil and his family served me fruitcake with cheese.
Well, we're both southerners. These rituals don't often make their way down south. So, yeah, I'm going to hold my hands up and say I'm not a frequenter of a fruitcake, and I like cheese in dishes. I don't like cheese on its own often. If I'm grating a bit of cheese, I'll pick up a little bit and be like, nom, 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 delicioso. But I'm not going to reach for a blue cheese and a cheese board.
Oh, you're not a cheese and crackers girl?
Again, right time, right place.
Right.
Right time, right place.
See, I love a cheese and crackers. You hit me with a charcuterie, I'll be your best friend for life.
See, but that's the setting. I know we're going off on a tangent, but that's the setting. It's savoury. I cannot get my head around, like, you've had a starter, savoury. You've had a main course, savoury. For dessert, why do you want cheese and biscuits?
Yeah, I've always thought that's a bit weird. I always want a dessert at the end. And then if I've still got room, which I don't usually, then I could go for some cheese after that. But it's not what I would pick usually.
No. But in the context of a charcuterie, yes, I will have a nice bit of smoked cheese with a piece of salami, maybe on a cracker, and then nom, 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 nom.
So the fruitcake and cheese doesn't tickle your pickle.
No.
So then we move on to the 18th century in Germany, and we have Kinderfest. So this is the modern tradition of birthday cakes as we know them today, with candles on them, and they represent the light of life for children in Germany. So Kinderfest celebrations marked birthday with a cake, sometimes before it would be just kind of the general year that you were turning a new age, but this one was a specific birthday date. And then they would have the amount of candles for those years and then an extra one for the future, which I thought was quite nice.
The future starts now.
Particularly with an extra candle. So originally, these were coarse bread-like products, but by the 17th and 18th centuries, they then became far more refined. This was when they started getting super sweet, sugar was added to them, layers were added, icing, decorations, and things became far more flamboyant. So by the time we get to the 19th century, things are like proper birthday cakes as we would recognize them today. So what's the symbolism of the cake? So we have the roundness of the cake, which symbolizes life. And then the candles obviously came along to symbolize the light of life and act as a way to send prayers and wishes to the gods. And then we had blowing out the candles as well. So that's a tradition to make a wish. And the smoke apparently carries the hope skyward. So there you go. And then when the Industrial Revolution came along, that was when eventually people had money to be able to make these cakes and make them fantastical. So that's when we get, you know, super interesting baked cakes and these really decorated, beautiful things that would have been as central decorations. So that's just my little rabbit hole of the week this week, diving down, falling into birthday cakes.
Well, if you filmed that, and you could get paid a lot of money for falling onto cakes, apparently.
You've been framed? £200.
I think you could get paid a lot more on some other websites for that.
Sploshing, it's called.
That's next week's rabbit hole. Anyway.
Oh dear. That definitely isn't next week's rabbit hole. But what about you, Chez? What have you got for me today? Is it trauma or treat?
Well, it's very rarely trauma with me. It might not be treat for you, but it's certainly treat for me, because come next week, we are marking a momentous occasion. And I bet you're wondering, what is this the anniversary of? And it's not my drag anniversary. It has been 20 years of the television show Hannah Montana, and we're getting Miley back on our screens for the Hannah-versary.
I thought you were going to say she's coming on the Spooky Sleepover.
I don't think I've got the strings to pull Miley Cyrus to come on the Spooky Sleepover, but
Go on,
who
Miley.
knows?
We know you're a big fan.
Maybe one day. But yes, Disney Plus, I will be firing up next week on the 24th to go back down a trip down nostalgia lane. And I have actually found myself going back and watching some of the old episodes because I am what? A homosexual. But it really is an iconic show. And just looking back at where Miley Cyrus's career began to where she is now is just wild. But I fell down a rabbit hole of Hannah Montana this week, but I also found out some fun facts. So are you ready, Nikki Drews?
Of course I am.
Well, first things first, did you ever watch Hannah Montana?
It was a bit after my time, I'm afraid.
And that's fine. That's okay.
I do know the premise of it, you know, pop star and then normal girl. Is that right? And
Yes.
then the two things cross over, but like for some reason nobody realizes they're the same person.
Yeah, just a
Even
wig,
though they
you know?
look identical. Yeah.
Yeah,
I get it.
just
I get
a
it.
wig. Well, Miley didn't actually audition for the role of Hannah. She actually auditioned for the role of the best friend, Lily. But when production saw her, they said that she radiated too much star quality and asked her to read for the lead. And they actually had a different working title at that time. And that's when they decided to change the character's name to her real name of Miley in the show. So she was Miley Cyrus as Miley Stewart as Hannah Montana. Very meta. But the early working title of the show was actually called Alexis Texas, which is a bit ropey to say the least.
Yeah, it doesn't really have the same ring to it, does it?
Do you have any other state names that you can make a name pun out of?
What rhymes with Miami? That's not a state either.
No, that's just a city. We'll workshop it. it.
Yeah, I'll have a think whilst you keep going.
But I don't think Alexis Texas has the same ring as
No,
Hannah Montana.
no, not quite.
But one thing that came up on my TikTok, since, you know, that's how the algorithm works, was the original wig maker of the pilot was fired on set because they said that the wig that she made was outdated, didn't suit the character. And we can all agree it was a ropey Kim Zolciak wig from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. But she came out and said that production gave her no brief and no direction whatsoever to create this wig and this makeup style. So she feels that she was done wrong in this whole situation, but you can only do what you could do. And it was ropey to say the least. But the main wig that they ended up using in the show ended up costing $35,000, which is insane and probably not even near the cost of the hundreds of wigs that I have in this room.
That is just diabolical amount of money to spend. They must have literally hand knotted it.
Yeah, and wefts of high quality human hair.
That is ridiculous. Way too much money. That's a deposit on a house.
I know, but I really am getting nostalgic the older I get. So do you want to know some other shows that are turning 20 this year?
Is this going to make me feel really old? I've just had a
Potentially.
birthday. Go on then.
Okay, well, one show that should be off the air by now, but America's Got Talent aired on screens in 2006 for the first
Wow.
time. Good old Cardiff favourite Torchwood, the Doctor Who spin-off, 2006.
I would say that show is probably about 20 years old, so that doesn't make me feel quite so bad.
Okay, well, one that really is going to give you nostalgia, The Hills.
I've had a bit of a craving to watch The Hills recently. I've been watching a lot of old reality TV and LA Inc. in particular, and it's made me want to watch The Hills.
I mean, Lady Gaga had a feature where they had to do an event for her at the beginning of her career, and then just look at her now.
Might have to go back and watch watch that. That sounds fabulous.
And Dexter. Did you ever watch Dexter?
I did watch Dexter. I think I only watched up to like season 3 and then it got very repetitive, so I gave up. But yeah, back in the day when things weren't so easy to stream and you just kind of had to have the DVD to be able to watch things. So yeah, I remember going out with somebody who had, I think, the first 3 seasons of Dexter, and then we split up. So therefore, no more Dexter. And I've never gone back.
You said, I'm leaving that in the past along with those DVDs.
Exactly.
Well, that was my rabbit hole of the week, a trip down nostalgic memory lane. I can tell you for a fact what show is going to be 20 years old next year. Ugly Betty.
Wow. These things just come around so fast, don't they? It feels like one minute you sat there in your lycra and, you know, you got your fringe tassel massive handbag, and then before you know it, 20 years have gone by.
And it's all coming back in style. Well, that's all for now, divas.
Remember, you can get in touch on Instagram at Killers Cults Queens, and come and see us over on YouTube at Killers Cults Queens, where we're now publishing our episodes in video format every week, and you can now watch our episodes on Spotify too.
And if you want to get our episodes ad-free and a day early, then make sure you join us over on Patreon at patreon.com/Killers Cults Queens.
And if you've got a bit more to say, or you want to suggest a topic for a future episode, then please email us at killerscultsqueens@gmail.com. And don't forget to join the conversation in our Spotify and YouTube comments too. We really do read every single one.
And whilst you're there, why don't you give us a 5-star review? Yes! It really does make a difference, and we'll love you for it.
See you next time, and don't be a killer or join a cult.
Just be Alexis, Texas. Goodbye.
Goodbye.